Welcome, everybody, to Generation Dan, the only podcast run by that one guy from your work you can't quite place and a sleep paralysis demon. I'm Atlas Novak, Contra Millennial. Who else is here with me?
Apparently, I'm a sleep paralysis demon.
No, that's me. I'm the sleep paralysis.
You're
demon.
the sleep paralysis demon. I mean, I'll take it. That's fine. I'm not sure. I don't think either of those were compliments, Atlas. That's just my opinion.
Well, the episode is called "Living the Dream." These are the things you see in dreams, supposedly.
Yeah.
I'm teaching To Kill a Mockingbird to my sophomores, and at the beginning of the book, where like they have all these descriptions of Boo Radley, I was like, "What do you think he looks like? Draw him for me." And wow, some of the kids who drew him, like I got things from like one that looked like Bigfoot to Slender Man to like goddamn, dude.
I mean, you know what? Like that's a good point. Because in the book, they don't really describe Boo Radley in depth.
Well, because it's the kids speculating on like, I heard he's this, I heard he does this, he looks like this, and it's based off of that description that you're supposed to draw him.
Yeah. Good morning. I'm always sleeping. Listen.
Good morning to you.
That's a good idea. I feel like that's a worthwhile investment in your future. Jesus.
Boo Radley, the sleep paralysis demon. So that's fun.
I feel like everybody has their own Boo Radley. That's just one thing. I would like to have a taxidermy mockingbird, but it keeps making fun. Like one of those bass you have on the wall that sings, but it just roasts you every time you walk by. That's quality.
That also sounds like the straight to DVD sequel. Like, okay, the movie with Gregory Peck was really successful, 1969 or whenever this is. To Taxidermy a Mockingbird, coming to video and DVD near you.
Followed by the short clip of To Be Roasted by a Mockingbird, or To Kill a Mockingbird 2, now with its own mockingbird. You're like, that's not. Yeah. Comes up in it as a box set. That's fair.
Yeah. There was a video by Folding Ideas talking about like all the Jarhead sequels, and they have like nothing to do with the original movie, but they just have the title. Never the same characters. They're not even doing the cinematic universe thing. They're like, hey, person who likes Call of Duty, you got the wrong message from Jarhead. Check out Jarhead 2. It was really sad.
Victoria says, good afternoon, Victoria.
Hi, Victoria.
On that note, so actually yesterday we did your red hoodie looks awesome, Dino. Thank you, Victoria. Speaking of my red hoodie, we went out for one of Victoria's friends' birthdays, and we did all sorts of fun activities over the course of the day. It was a wild experience. And then in turn, I found out so their father had actually passed away from ALS last year.
Oh shit!
Yeah, and it's super tough. And like their dad used to be like the king's hunter in a country in Africa. Like, so this man hunted like man-eating lions and like all sorts of crazy shit. Like, and he was a little guy too. It was great. Oh. So, he had quite the storied life. And in turn, to support after he passed and everything, they wanted to do something. So what they did was they actually made these hoodies. So they're Canada hoodies, especially in time for the Olympics. They actually fit really good. A nice little hood going. And they're using the money that they get to support ALS. So hold on, that's not what I want to do. So there's this QR code. If anyone is interested, you can scan it and you can buy one of their sweaters. They're actually really comfortable. They're actually super soft.
Yes. If there's a link, if you want to send that to me, I'll put it in the description when the episode comes out. If people want to,
that'd be fantastic.
Yeah,
I'll send you the QR code as well. But it's a good idea. Okay. Let me see here. Show the sleeve.
Show the sleeves. Yeah.
Wow. Right there. So you have Canada Powers, Canada Shield. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And it doubles for the fact that you could probably pass as a lifeguard. It's fantastic.
I feel like it would be great if you could just wear this and just walk into an event and be like, oh, no, I'm staff. And they're like, oh, yeah, he's got a Canada sweater. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
The next Ojai Valley taxidermy video. Jesus.
I think that was back when we were doing the Mockingbird sequels that we were talking about.
I only have one microphone, one of my earpieces is working. This one is not, and it's driving me crazy.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, that sucks.
and you know what? I am so the topic is living the dream. Let's
Uh-huh.
how mm, how much of a priority in your daily existence is your reflecting on what are your dreams and are you moving forward to achieve them? That is real.
Okay. You know that this is like my little like this is my personal creed for newer listeners or people who forgot. Have something
Mhm.
you do, something you like to do, and something you want to do. The third
Hmm.
one, that's the
Yeah.
dream. That's the like
Most
uh
often, yeah.
when I was like talking to my therapist about it or um you know the like possibility of becoming a father and um part of that is I still want to do creative things.
Mm.
I don't want to completely okay, I go to work, I come home and that's it. I try and like make the most of breaks when I can.
Mhm.
And I know that like when I have kids that is still like you are doing things for your children, of course.
Mhm.
They got to sleep sometime. I'm a night owl.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's fair.
But in the meantime, like, well, before we have had kids, that's what I've kind of been trying to do with most of my breaks is like do stand up more and
Mm.
fucking work on my musical and do my little TikToks and like even if it's not for the sake of getting famous, I'm doing it just because I want to do it. I have a two-face thing going on with the sun right now. I'm gonna close the curtain once.
No. I was wondering when it was going to get too annoying for you to function.
Yeah,
Um,
it'll fix itself in a second. The curtain stopped shaking. There we go. Or not. Okay, whatever. So yeah, I think that
it's,
there we go.
now you just have
I
one glowing ear. Very funny.
fine.
Fine.
It's fine. It's good for listening. People who are listening to this on Spotify, what the fuck is he
Yeah.
talking about? It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. The sun was in my face. Anyway, um, so yeah, I think that working towards some kind of dream, like Tom Petty
Mm.
said, uh, is important to one's like well-being. Even if it's not like I want to get famous. I don't want to get famous necessarily. I just want to
Yeah.
be able to do art, as they
Yes.
say. So
Yeah.
I'll never
I think
stop working on it.
no. That's so this is the thing, and so many people have experienced it where getting so starting a new job, getting married, having kids, all of these things are I don't want to say burdensome, but they take a big chunk of your life, right?
They do. They do.
So taking 5 minutes a day to focus on your um goals, hopes, and dreams and stuff like that is super beneficial in your mental health maintenance, right? So I'm always kind of like number one, I love asking people what their dream is. But and the funny thing is a lot of people's dreams, especially now, like over the years, they've been productive. They're like, I want to run a business, I want to do this, I want to be able to, I want to work hard enough that I can achieve these XYZ things, right?
Right.
Um, and then a lot of it are people like, I just don't want to have to do anything. I just want to be independently wealthy and do nothing. And you're like, that's not productive. That's not productive for anybody. It's really not a great dream. But at the
No.
same time,
I think what most people want is just like the ability to have time and not worry so much about, get on that grind set. Like it's really sad talking to my students and, what do you want to
yeah,
do when you're older? Especially the seniors, right? Like you ask them this because they're about to graduate. Um, and they're like, I want to be rich. I'm like, that's not a do, right? Even if you are
yeah,
rich enough to get into whatever it is you want to get into because you don't have to worry about money,
hmm
just the concept of being rich is not fulfilling. Like, look at
yeah,
all of the shitty tech bros and all of the like billionaires. Do they seem happy?
No.
So it's really hard to like I know why they're saying that. It's because we're in interesting times, as they call them. Uh,
Yeah, that's a good way to
as
put it.
and I can understand why the first reaction is to be like, I want to not be in interesting times. Completely understandable.
Mm,
But it's
very.
not it you know, that's not gonna keep you warm at night, that kind of thing. So uh it's the sort of thing where I'm like, my heart bleeds for you, but also pick something else.
Yeah.
That's not an answer.
Yeah. No, I
Yeah.
agree with you. It's a weird thing. This is the hilarious part about it is a lot of people don't think along those lines of what I want versus what I need to survive and everything.
Yes.
Because the fact is, like, yeah, you need a one person tent and a few blankets and you can survive, right? That's not the rest of the time. Even in talking with Crystal, my other host, she actually lived like in an RV for a while,
Yeah.
and she was saying like your entire day is filled with chopping wood, finding food, cleaning, keeping things orderly, and everything. Like that's a full time gig, right? So the idea of now, oh, I'm gonna go and work this 8 hour job of who knows what, and then be exhausted. You still need to cut firewood, find food, do all the things, right? So it's quite horrible in regards to people's perspective. I know someone who inherited several $1,000,000 and is extremely depressed. I mean, that's the worst part is like I enjoy I think it was Adam Sandler did a skit on SNL when he returned, and he
Yeah.
was like it was tours to Italy. He's like, "Listen, if you're sad at home, you're still going to be sad when you go to Italy. It's not
Yeah.
you got to be a good person for you to enjoy this shit." And
Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's hearing about how people complain, and I'm like, that's insane. Like that's a crazy way to complain about stuff. I just realized that I look like the hobo on the guy who defended people on the bus. Do you remember that movie? The
Yeah, yeah, I know
guys.
what you're talking about. A little bit, yeah.
That's me apparently. There you go.
Yeah.
Um,
I should probably get a like I'll probably do a screenshot of this, put it on
mhm.
our Instagram or something. Um,
I look like
but
a Canadian Danny Trejo, just ready to murder people for being
there you go.
problematic on the bus. No, that's fine.
And like this also like fits into the sort of crux of what the show is, the generational thing. Harkening back to older X's and boomers where like
Generation. Yeah.
your job is your identity, and when that
Yeah.
stops being important to living, then your
Yeah.
brain breaks a little bit. Um,
Definitely.
so yeah, I can totally see like what's it called? Jim's comment about I know somebody who inherited several $1,000,000 and is extremely depressed because they ran out of shit to do. And when you live in a society that was like had its foundation laid by Protestants with the Protestant work ethic and
Wow.
capitalism and things like that, you're like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with myself? Um,
That's that like that's the worst part is too often people don't think about am I busy or am I enjoying my existence, right?
mhm. I
You've probably
think
seen the clip. It's Jimmy Carr is like, can you explain life? It's like enjoying the passage of time. 5 words. That's it. Enjoy the passage of time. That's your job. That's your job to be alive.
yeah.
You know? So
I think what like really makes people feel good is helping other people. Even the like I know we have a good number of curmudgeon listeners. They're like, ew, I hate people. We have a
yeah,
curmudgeon for a co-host.
I hate people. Yeah.
But like helping other people usually feels really good, even if you are one of those people who's like, ew, people. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's I have a shirt that says ew people. And someone the problem was
Are
it
you
said ew
fucking
people.
serious right now?
Yeah, no, I'm not sure if I still have it, but yeah, it said ew people. And someone's like,
Yeah.
does that say Jew people? I'm like, no, it says ew people. They're like, oh, that's much better. I'm like, not, but yeah, sure.
Yeah.
It was yeah, it was aggressive. Yeah, no, it's see, this is like yeah, I am a curmudgeon. I hate people, but you don't get more satisfaction out of your existence uh than helping other people. It's weird. And
Yes.
a lot of the times people think about that, and like somebody inherited millions of dollars, they probably spent it on themselves and are just like, why am I not happy? Because you're not happy. Like that's not having. And I love Victoria. We heard this on a show, and Victoria was like, "That's it. That's what I believe." Was it's easier to cry in a Mercedes Benz than it is to cry on a bicycle, which is true. It's very true because you know what, life you're gonna cry. You're gonna cry in life. That's just how life is.
Mhm.
But at the same time, it's nice to have some comforts. It's fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy helping people. I need to set boundaries because a lot of people take advantage of people that that's 100%. That's the weird part is you try and be kind and people will just keep on taking and taking and taking. And then you just look at them and you're like, hey, why don't you go fuck yourself? And they're like, why are you crazy? And I'm like, I'm not crazy. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you should stop. Not
No,
to them,
that
but
that one person. Yeah.
Yeah, to that one person, sure. There's a difference between people who will appreciate it and lampreys, parasitic
Yes.
lampreys that latch onto your tummy and
I feel I enjoy volunteering, but I dislike the bureaucracy in some of those places. Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
We were volunteering for an old age home because it was the old age home that Victoria's grandma was in.
Mm-hmm.
And we had so many meetings, just so many meetings. And they were trying to get us to do more. And I'm like, oh, I'll happily do more. There's no problem. And then they're like, oh, can you do this? And I'm like, why? And they're like, what? I'm like, why would I do that? And they're like, oh, well, we want this. Okay, but how does that help me? And they were like, I don't understand. And I'm like, I'm here to do a job and to volunteer my time. But what you're asking for is needless work that is not helping my position. And it's just wasting my time and resources, which those resources could be used for other things.
You did the volunteering equivalent of this could have been an email.
Hey, so the best part was now I had an entire room full of Asian volunteers just looking, going, I'm like, yeah, how does this help anyone? Hey, and then so there was the volunteer group and their hierarchy, and then there was also somebody from the actual company itself, and they ran the office. And I was like, hey, can we get a guarantee that office is going to be doing that? And office puts their hand up and goes, no. And I'm like, okay, then why would we do this? What's the point? And they're just like, and all the Asian people who got what I said just stopped and just looked around at the general manager and they're like, answer his question. We'd like to hear. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to rock the boat, but that don't make no sense. Why am I bothering? I'm like, I could just use this time for other stuff or have a life. Either one, it's fine. And it don't often get invited back for that kind of stuff. These people are like, listen, you make too much sense. Sorry, my bad.
You keep inciting the workers to revolution. We should
a little bit. That might bit. Oops. Yeah. That explains why I lost my job after being a financial planner. That was because I was like, oh, can you just explain it to me? They're like, well, that's just how it is. I'm like, no, but I don't understand. If I don't understand, I can't do it. So you have to explain it to me. And they were just like, well, it just works. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't understand. You got to explain it to me. And they're like, it just works. And I'm like, that's not an explanation. And it was very fun. But
I was listening to the coverage of the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas that they have every year. And it was Ed Zitron from Better Offline. Ed, if you're listening, please come on our show. I've tried twice now. And Robert Evans and like a bunch of other people. He had like Adam Conover on his like little rotating panel of guests who were there. And it was pretty cool. It was like over the entire week, but particularly Robert Evans from Behind the Bastards and Garrison from It Could Happen Here. Their favorite thing to do was to kind of like bully the CEOs or whoever was presenting the product, being like, what's the point of a little robot that is supposed to fold your clothes but is not very good at it? Or like, what's the point of like, it's sticking AI on a label when my phone works perfectly fine? And then like watching them short circuit a little bit. Because they're not used to running into people who are like incredulous about this sort of thing. I don't know. I thought it was
Yeah,
interesting. So it's kind of the Dino behavior of like,
yeah,
poking it with
yeah,
with a stick a little bit.
yeah. Because you just go, hey, so you're in charge. Let me ask you some questions, and then everything goes bad, right? Because yeah, I've done that. You know what? I've been fortunate enough to have done that a couple of times, and it worked out hilariously. Because I cornered somebody who was in charge, and I was like, "Hey, I have a question for you." And they're like, "Shoot." They're like, "Why are you not doing this, 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 this? Because that clearly looks like the right thing to do." And they're like,
Get out.
"Fuck did you say?" And I was like, "It's just a
Yeah.
question. Doesn't make sense to me. Why have you done that?" And they're like,
Yeah.
"Huh. Well, and then you know what? The funny thing was, is that so watching somebody important like that who makes millions of dollars break down into essentially just trying to run the clock for like a minute and a half until they can figure out an answer. And you're just listening to all their corporate speak and you're going, yeah, that's not what I asked. That's still not what I asked. Still not there.
Yeah.
You're like, no. Answer the fucking question.
Yeah. Like,
and then they're
only
like, yeah, we're
recently
working on
are
it.
like some news anchors doing that, where like you know
Yeah.
they talk around it or like do their talking points.
Mhm.
It's like, that's not what I asked. What I asked was blank. But is it blank? That sort of thing, and just
Yeah.
like keep
Yeah.
pushing because
Tell
if
me the goddamn truth.
yeah.
Yeah. And they don't.
Hi, you are cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Joshua. Give us a like or a follow.
What is this?
Hi,
Good afternoon from Israel. Hello from Israel.
Palestine.
Jewish atheist. You must have been having a great time. You are cool. Well, you're cool too, Joshua.
Give us a like or a follow or tell your friends. That's fun.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Also, this is the weird thing is that the idea or how we've slowly progressed to a place where you can only ask the permitted questions and you have to make sure I look good after this interview. Be like, no. You need to make sure you look good after this interview. That's why you need to come here prepared. So don't come here with your fucking jibber jabbering and be like, no, we're good people. No, sir. No, you're not good people. You need to do good things to be good people, and you're not doing good things. And just, call people out.
And if you're wondering, what does that have to do with the topic of the episode? Because there is something so cathartic about watching, people get knocked off their high horse.
Yeah.
Feels pretty good.
It's exceptionally satisfying. Just tell people like it. So look, being a man who's 6'2", built like a fairly sturdy looking wall. People.
So what you're saying is you're a brick house. Okay, I'm done.
Is Atlas turned something into music on the bingo card? Is that? It's got to be.
Well, it's technically a musical, but there's Atlas Sings that counts.
Atlas Sings. There you go. There you go. Okay. Just so everyone knows. But that's the thing is like I've seldom and I think that I take advantage of that opportunity or that ability is where I can look at somebody and be like, I have a question for you. And hilariously, even my wife, when she hears me going, I have a question, she immediately looks at me and is like, don't ruin this night. And I'm like, I'm not ruining nothing. I just have a question. And I think it's an uncomfortable question, but I have questions. So I want answers. You're all cool and great. Hey, Josh, you're cool and great too, buddy. But yeah, most often that ends up in people arguing, which I also enjoy watching because people don't argue with me. I'm too big and scary. And the funny thing is, I've never been in an argument where I start freaking out and throwing shit, and people just assume that I will, which I find even funnier because I'm like, all right. They're like, aren't you angry? I'm like, sure. They're like, yeah, but if I get angry, I'm going to be in the newspaper tomorrow. If you get angry, nobody cares. Like, it's just one of those.
If I get angry, I'm going to be in the newspaper.
Yeah. Well, I had to explain this.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, they're like, hey, why are you flipping out? And I'm like, I'm not flipping out. He's like, you were flipping out. I'm like, bro, if I flip out, tomorrow's newspaper reads, fat guy goes crazy, kills 20. That's me flipping out. Okay. I'm not flipping out. And he just kind of looked at me. He's like, all right, I'll give you that. I'm like, there you go. Do you play Roblox? No, I am neither a child nor a pedo. Sorry.
Yeah, we're kind of too old for that. Our knees are gone.
I think you need to be specific that was about video games and playing Roblox and not being a pedophile. Okay, that is not
Sorry, yes, about the video games. We're too old to play Roblox. Not. Yes, thank you.
Yeah,
Wow, I really kind of
always
gave myself
helpful.
a swirly on that one, didn't I?
You really did. You're like, here, just hold my feet and just whoop,
Yeah.
and just put your head in there. That's on you. That's yeah. No, here's a question for you. So in your daily vocation as an educator, right?
Mhm.
My assumption is as an educator, when you see students get something, that brings you joy.
Oh yeah, it's like fucking heroin.
Right?
It's great.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, that's like hitting a good crowd when you're doing comedy and
Yeah,
everything you
it's
say
the
is
center
timed
of your brain.
perfectly. Yeah. And you're like, that's you're just getting wave after wave of all those good hormones. And you're just like,
Yeah,
la 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 la. Yeah. It's yeah.
definitely. Yeah, or like I'm starting to get to that point with the seniors, which is why I like teaching the seniors because they mostly have the basic skills in place, and you're mostly just teaching them
Yeah.
subject matter and less about
Yes.
skills.
Yeah.
And this point in the year, they're like, oh, it's the back half of the year. People are starting to get their college acceptance letters and shit, so they stop caring.
Well, yes.
Um, so when I came in on the first day, I was like, listen, I know you're out of
Mhm.
fucks to give, said
Yeah.
differently because in school, of course.
Mm.
But I'm just asking you for this back half of the year, just try, like at least a
Yeah.
little.
Yeah.
And like I you technically have to go through me to, get your diploma and everything. I'm not gonna hold it hostage, but just try, please. Like uh
Yeah, it's fair.
I think that got through to them at least a little bit because a lot of them are like much faster on the uptake with the assignments this time.
Which is, you know
Um,
what, and that it's very easy to give up that semester
yeah,
because
yeah.
yeah. Sorry, Josh
Ironically,
has.
my sophomores are the ones who are kind of getting senioritis. I'm like, guys, no, you're not even halfway yet.
Okay,
Halfway is at
Josh,
the end of
do
the
you
year.
play with Legos? I'm assuming you said Legos, and yes, I do.
Yeah,
Yes, I do, and I'm going to
yes,
start
he does.
building more.
I don't, unfortunately. I play with trading cards.
Which is you're way too autistic to not be playing. You should have a train set. I'm just saying.
I
Okay.
mean that was
Yeah.
my first fandom was Thomas the Tank Engine when I was like 3.
Yeah.
If you had told me that the narrator was Ringo from the Beatles and then George Carlin, what the fuck? That's so crazy to me.
I mean, hold on. What about?
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know what that means. What about
Have you
copper?
played Bananagram? I don't know what that
Oh
is,
yeah.
unfortunately. What
Oh,
is
so
Bananagram?
it is essentially you get a bunch of um it's its own game, but essentially they're letter tiles like you would see in Scrabble.
Mhm.
You put them all face down. Everybody grabs a certain amount, 15, 21, whatever. Okay. And then you have to make your own kind of Scrabble, your own kind of crossword type thing with the
Okay.
letters you have. And if you can't use the letter, like you return it to the pile and you have to gain 3 and you keep on, and whoever wins first gets it is the winner. Right.
Okay.
But it's a team thing. And it is a horrible, horrible nightmare. We played it yesterday. Victoria played it a few weeks ago with her cousins, and they're all Asian. I wasn't playing that. I'm not
This
going to do
seems like the
that.
same type of game as like a categories where it's like if you're a
Yeah,
nerd, you'll do great at it. If not,
yeah,
no.
correct. And then yesterday, Victoria was
Yeah.
like, "Hey, let's play Bananagram," and I'm like, "Cool." It's me and 4 women, and I'm like, "I don't want to do this. This is," and they're like, "It's fine. You're gonna do great." I'm like, "Number one, I can't spell." I'm like, "I can." Like my biggest happiness with cell phones and computers becoming more present in our existence is specifically because I don't no longer have to write with my hands, because I write like I write with a chicken foot because it's horrible. Um, in the end, I did win a little bit, but still, it was traumatic. They were causing problems. I have
We
Minecraft Lego
need
sets. These are
Scrabble
cool.
for bad smellers. I assume he meant spellers. Funny. Um,
Wildly inappropriate, Jim. Wildly
there
inappropriate.
there's a musical, put it on the bingo card, of called the 25th annual Putnam Counting Spelling Bee. Uh that's like
Yeah.
a big part of it is improv, and they'll typically call people to be spellers in the show. So like you kind of participate in the spelling bee with the kids and with the announcers and stuff.
That sounds horrible. Yeah. Okay.
So in New York, when they're doing it off Broadway, they'll kind of have like famous people on it. Like a few days ago, they had Lin Manuel Miranda as a guest speller, and yeah, it's pretty fun. I'll send you the clip.
That is horrible.
Yeah.
Is it? You know the worst part is because a lot of kids do spelling bees and stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I can't do that. And people are like, why? So what do you just
Everybody
learn us four
remembers
words?
that.
Like,
Everybody remembers the word they got eliminated on. Whatever spelling bee you're in for the rest
oh
of their
sure.
life. What was yours?
I've never been in a spelling bee because
Okay.
yeah, I know better than to sacrifice my soul in that way. That's not yeah.
9th grade, I got second place. I got eliminated on prerogative, which is spelled prerogative, assholes.
Oh, yeah.
That was 17 years ago. I still remember. Every time I spelled the word prerogative, I'm like, fuck you, Gabe Greenland, who won after that. Like,
Shout out to Gabe Greenland, causing trauma in everyone's life is nice. Yeah, recognized as the trauma-inducing person that he is. I mean,
yeah, because like
somebody has to.
spelling was, I was pretty bad at English until like 11th grade. Spelling was like the one part of it I was good at.
Yeah.
Right. So I
Well,
was like,
okay.
I can do this, and I did all the way to second place, and then I got knocked out.
That you know what? So it's funny that you would say that. So because there were other people in my class who were good at writing, they were good at math. I was good at public speaking right out of the gate.
It was pretty good.
And hilariously, in class, not many opportunities to public speak. And I'm like, you know what? This is bullshit because they're like, people are really afraid of that. I'm like, yeah, but I'm good at it. And they're like,
Yeah.
are you? And I'm like, yeah. And then I do it, and they're like,
Tina said
shit,
there
you
with
are
the
good.
customers. Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, well, everybody else isn't good at it, so we don't get to do that. And I'm like, that's bullshit. I wonder if Spelling Bees has crazy stage moms. Hey,
I'm sure
stage
they do.
moms, stage
Yeah.
dads, stage uncles, they're just nuts. Must be prerogative to always remember how to.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look right as a word.
I
okay?
know, right? It looks wrong. Prerogative.
Listen, this comes down to the fact that like half of like people are just purposefully mispronouncing words, and then they're like, that's how I say it, and you're like, that's not in a different language or some dialect, jackass. You're just saying words wrong. And prerogative definitely feels like prerogative is not how you say that word.
Yes.
Fucking that is
Correct.
some pure satanic shit. I got last place, was eliminated at the word the. He was like, H? Like, no, sorry, next. He's like, oh, there's an H in it, though.
Say who? Yeah.
Wish we had spelling bees in our schools. We suck. I mean, no, there's a horrible experience. Okay.
It's not really as important of a skill anymore because you have things like spell check. Now, granted, I think the thing that like people suck at now is the like homophones. There, two, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like I catch high schoolers doing this all the time. They're like, we shouldn't have to change it because you can tell by the context. I'm like, you absolutely cannot tell by the context.
Yeah. I
just
was
do
bad with that.
for everything.
I think I'm still bad with where, and where. Yeah. I'm definitely, yeah. The look of disgust you're giving right now is not necessary, sir. Okay. That's inflammatory.
Two is
okay.
a direction. TOO is an amount. TWO is the number 2. It's easy.
Yeah.
Like,
but where, and where are weird. There, and there are very different, but where, and where are weird. Okay.
So where as in like location with the H. What's the other one? The apostrophe?
WERE?
Were.
That doesn't sound right.
Is it the accent or different because of the accent?
But were what?
AI will ruin education. Correct, which is why I do most of my
100%
assignments on paper, because that usually puts the kibosh on that. Missouri, of all places, passed a law recently that was like, a 70-30 split had to be paper assignments, which like okay, maybe that's harder to make that happen.
You
Um,
know,
after all those years of Google trying to like fucking sink its fangs into education. But I think it's probably better in the long run. So good on Missouri for once. Like,
listen. Well, so the problem
where
is,
were
okay, we are. I'm good.
yeah,
Okay, the apostrophe. We are. I'm good with that.
yeah,
Okay. Where is location? Right.
yeah,
That middle one
were
is the bane of my
is
existence.
is time, right? We were doing something. We were over on the bench, that kind of thing. I was over on the bench. Fucking John
That's a
Mulaney.
stupid word. That's a stupid word, and everyone should give it up. People are losing their ability to form proper sentences anymore because we just chat. Yeah,
Yeah,
you chat
no,
GPT. I'm not chat GPT nothing. Okay.
I need to see that shit yeeted into the sun, and I'll be honest, like especially this year where you see companies like doubling down, and now the district is starting to be like, here's how to use AI in classrooms, and most of us, at least in my school, are like, not we're not doing that. We're just doing paper.
Yeah.
Professors in colleges are starting to do blue books again.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
yeah,
it's look.
at the very least,
Yeah.
to
Go
the
ahead.
college professors of America and beyond, anybody taught by Mr. Novak will at least come in having done assignments on paper for at least a year. My sophomores,
Yeah.
it'll be twice because I'll have them when they're seniors also. In
Yeah.
any case, it's still a like I can't really fix the handwriting thing. That's
No,
no, but it's legible at least.
but I don't think this is the problem. Is that people are using it to cheat,
Mm-hmm.
and you're like, that's not helpful to anyone.
No, it's not.
It's really not. You're not helping anyone, right? And every time that people have taken shortcuts, it results in problems later. There's no, it is a consistent thing. Like, look, no one in a movie goes, hey, let's take this shortcut. And then people go, and they got there early. Wow. That's not the story. That's never the
No.
story. It's never, hey, I took this shortcut. And you know what happened? Nothing. I got home earlier. It was great. That's not how that works.
The Breakfast Club would have ended in half the time if the shortcut worked, but no. The fucking gym or what cafeteria, I think the cage was pulled down and Bender had to sacrifice himself so they could get back to the library.
It's just how it is. Listen, there is always a faster way. Like being efficient in how you do things, I think is an achievement and a skill that grows with time, right? And it's the same reason why people who have been on a job or in a specific trade or vocation for 15 years, they can do things that look amazing very quickly and efficiently because they have the experience to be able to do that. Relying on a computer to tell you, hey, can you just do this for me? That's not how you should be using it, right? Like I'll be honest with you. Right now, I'm like I've stayed away from Chat GPT and stuff like that because I'm like, I don't we're not the same species. You know what I mean? Like I respect AI as an actual autonomous existence, and I'm like, yeah, listen, that's playing with fire. Like that's basic. That's me going into a fireworks store and be like, hey, I want a lot of these, but I'm just going to open them up and empty them out and put it in a pile and light it on fire, which is significantly worse because you will lose your eyebrows, possibly facial hair. Just saying. But that's the whole thing is but you can use it as a sounding board. So I like the friends we were with last night, they were saying how they would put in what they're feeling before going to the doctor. They would put in what they're feeling to ChatGPT and be like, hey, how can I communicate this better to my doctor so he understands what I'm going through? And they would rewrite it and use certain terminology to help explain what's happening. Good night from India. Good night, India.
In India, that's cool.
Hey, why not?
I mean, okay.
I grew up in Brampton, technically. So
That's like one thing to help you articulate something, but on the other
Yeah.
hand, I would hate to be a doctor and be like, the person comes in, why are there so many M dashes? It's not just X, it's Y, that sort of thing. Or like it starts to all sound the same
Yeah.
after a while, which makes it harder to diagnose
Sure.
if everything sounds the same
Yes.
if you're a doctor.
Correct.
Um, so yeah, we
It's
really got
and
far afield, didn't we?
I
Who
mean, not
cares?
really. It's we're ending up we're gonna circle back. We're circling
Okay.
back. It's fine. Well, here's the thing is if I like asking this question to people because it really makes them angry. If money was no object, how would you spend your days? Right?
I feel like okay. I feel like I would travel more.
Yeah.
If let's say you have the like you've played that game like $1,000,000 but or whatever. You get $1,000,000, but this thing happens. Um,
Mhm.
and there was one that I saw because Rooster Teeth had a like card game with it for a while, and one of them was
Mm.
like you never have to pay anything ever again, but anytime you like uh engage in a transaction, somebody else like this being pays for it and then sticks a finger up your bum for a second. Just a second. I'm like,
Does he
yeah,
just
still.
put it in there for a second, or does he move it back and forth for like a
Nope,
whole
just
second?
that's it. In, out, done.
No problem.
Yeah, easy.
I just gotta make sure I clean the pipes before I buy anything. That's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want him
So
to break the barrier, and you're like, oh no,
yeah,
the dam's broken. That's
I would totally do that because it means like, okay, so you just get to travel. Um, even as a teacher, having that amount of time off
yeah,
uh is still uh a huge benefit. Like
yeah,
the
yeah,
summer
yeah.
is a big deal. And people are like, yeah, teachers are so spoiled. First off, we don't get paid for the summer. I take a pay cut during the year so that my paychecks come during the summer.
So
You can
hey,
do it the other way where they don't. What?
I want to be very clear. You
Yeah.
don't get paid during the summer because you don't work during the summer, you lazy bitch.
Yeah,
Stop
exactly.
thinking it an issue.
I
Okay.
know.
You get
But I'm
hey,
saying,
your union is so kind that they're going, hey, listen, we're going to deduct a little bit from the week so you don't starve because you're clearly retarded and won't be able to work during the summertime because you're too much of an idiot.
I mean,
And then
you
you
can
go,
do it.
oh, thanks,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
You can do it the other way where that you get the full amount of checks, but they just don't give you checks during the summer and you got to figure it out.
Yeah.
I just did
Which
it the other way.
which is
Yeah.
way worse. Let's be very clear.
I agree.
Uh,
Anyway, so
yeah.
I like you still have I have a tiny like microdose of that. And
Yes.
the first summer that I was a teacher, I was not like scrambling for my life trying to get
Yeah.
a new job, and it was fucking fantastic. I got to like
Yeah.
do so much stuff.
Yeah.
The second summer wasn't so good because I was like, must find new school, freaking out, right?
Yeah. That's fair.
Yeah. But even having that winter break this last time, it was so like soul healing to just be able to do whatever I wanted. So I think,
Listen,
yeah,
I think for a reason that happens, just because like the idea of educating youth is a soul sucking process. So you being given more time to recharge makes
Mhm.
complete sense to me, right? Like that's 100% yes. You having to deal with children on a daily basis, you should get the entire summer off. That's 100%. That logic tracks. Hold on, I was
You should
dreaming with
also get the entire summer off. Like they
I
do it in Europe, right? August
Oh,
is
yeah,
just
yeah.
a non-starter. It should be
Yeah, yeah.
like that for people.
Yes. Yeah,
Um,
no, there's more. I think we should work in 4-month bands. So it's like you work from January to April, take a
Okay.
month off, then you get another month off in August, and then you get a month off in December. Like
okay, so you get April, August, and December off.
I would say probably May, June, July, August. So yeah, so let's go April, August, and December off.
I like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Because hey,
okay,
I feel like your options are this. You can work the rest of the months or you can only work those months. Because if you're working in like a tourist situation or something like that, those months are going to be your profitable months. So you
Yeah.
don't get those off. but the other months you are off. So your options are working 3 months of the year or working 9 months of the year. You know?
Yeah. Or they could also like stagger it a little bit. So for tourist type places, you're like, okay, you get May and September, like the when it starts to go dead, right? Like that's
Yeah.
when they have the month off.
So it should be like the olden days, and you would go harvest the crops in the field doing so. So this is the thing is when I would have winter break or summer break from school, I just went to my dad's shop and worked on a daily basis. Like I didn't have, oh no, I have nothing to do. Some countries in Europe have 20-hour work weeks. I mean, why?
I mean, the 32-hour work week is already starting to be adopted. Like Finland has it, Norway has it. Like we should be doing that decades ago, and we're just now getting around to it.
Yeah. Well,
like, as far as productivity is concerned.
Oh, well, it's been proven that you're like, oh yeah, just because you work more does not make you more productive. Period.
Yeah.
Period. Fucking.
Because it turns into the like, how do I look busy thing, right?
Well, I'll be honest with you. This has plagued me my entire life. Is people like, you don't look busy, and I'm like, I am busy, and they're like, you don't look busy, and I'm like, that's a perception issue, and that's a you problem. That is not me problem. And I would enrage people because they're like, you don't look like you're busy, and I'm like, okay, but I did all of this stuff. They're like, how? I'm like, because I'm efficient. And they're like, no, you need to be more busy. And I'm like, no, I'm busy. I'm adequately busy enough.
That's one of the side lessons I like teaching my seniors is like, okay, if you are done with your work, I'm not going to needlessly give you more work, but you have to have the facade of looking busy in case admin comes in or something. And that's also a good skill to have for when they enter the workforce.
100%. Yeah. No. So, it is actually more important now than it has ever been to look busy, which is the dumbest shit in my life.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why, like, people are like, isn't it nice having a 3-day weekend? How about that all the time? Wouldn't that be cool? Like, there's always the thing where, like, okay, you lose out on, like, the feeling of the holiday. Like, okay, Martin Luther King Day, if we always have Mondays off all the time, then that has less gravitas to it. Fine. Add the Tuesday. make it a 3-day week that week or something.
Oh,
put it on the Friday.
The idea sometimes I work harder pretending like I'm
Exactly. Yes.
Hey, I understand this. I understand this fully, and I hate everything about it. I'll be honest with you, the real term. I don't feel like you should ever have to pretend to work. And if somebody goes, hey, why aren't you doing stuff? I finished all my work. They're like, how? You're like, I'm fast. And they're like, hey, then you know what? I would stand there and as a manager,
time to clean.
I would listen. Real term one, don't give away the secret.
That's the thing. We all kind of know, and yet we're all doing this dance that doesn't need to be done, but is forced upon us. All the bosses were regular workers at one point. They know what it is. And yet, right?
When they got rules like time to lean, time to clean.
Yes, definitely.
You know what? I've had people going, well, if you're not busy, there's other things you could do. Okay, what should I do? I don't know, other stuff. Okay, well, I finished my work. That's what you pay. Like, I'm very much like, I like the idea. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, is that garbage removal people will, like, if they finish their route fast. So some of them will start at like 7:00 in the morning. Other guys you'll see coming around noon. Like, the guys who work at like 5:00 in the morning get it done and they're off. They're like, they're done in 4 hours and they're getting paid for 8. I'm like, oh, I have no problem. Well, did you do your job? Yes, I'm good. No problem. It's all good. Is it true that Donald Trump changed the name of Martin Luther King Day to James Jones?
I could very easily see them doing that. They didn't, but it would be very on the nose.
Only do the work you get paid for. You'll be expected to do it all the time. Oh, so this was the, you know what? I had such a weird existential crisis about this, where it's like the reward for hard work is doing more work. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no, the reward for hard work is I'm done faster and I can relax. And they're like, no, that's not true. And I'm like, no, that's the truth. And they're like, nope, you just get more work. And I'm like, okay, so all these other people who aren't doing their work, I'm doing their work. They're like, yeah. I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, then there's no reward for me working efficiently and getting my shit done. They're like, that's correct. I'm like,
It used to be promotions and more pay and stuff, but because like the boomers and older Gen X's won't retire, it just becomes like everything's locked in place. So you're just kind of there.
Yeah.
So if they're going to incentivize laziness,
yeah, I don't like. I think on some degree, being fat most of my working career, I'm still fat, but you know what I mean. Is that like I'm like, no, I'm not lazy. I'm just fat, and people are like, you're fat and lazy. I'm like, no, I'm just fat, and they're like, no, you definitely are lazy. I'm like, I'm really not. I'm just fat. And then I would do weird shit that would be done, and people are like, how did you do that so fast? I'm like, it's not hard. And they're like, no one else can do that. I'm like, okay, then you should give me a raise. They're like, no, we're not doing that. I'm like, then what the fuck are we talking about? What's the point? You know, men are supposed to be that. And for that reason, Derek, I'm 100%. Men are supposed to be that size. I'm too big for a normal person. I will admit that. But after all is said and done, that's why, like, I'm at a weight right now where people look at me and they're like, "Oh, you're just over. You're a thick guy. Maybe you were a power lifter in your youth." And I'm like, "No, I was just obscenely fat, and that was what I was powerlifting." But
I always think of there's a Patton Oswalt bit where he's talking about like going to I think the Roxy or something, some rock club in LA, and like there's this fight that happens between like a finance bro and this like big black guy who looks fat, and then it turns out he's a power lifter, and the guy picks him up and then drops him. Like that's the one move. Yeah. And he's not with effort, just and then bam into the pavement.
Yeah. I had somebody yesterday who was like, I know pressure points, I could take down any man. I'm like, no, you can't. And they're like, yeah, I can. And then later on, they were trying to push me out of the way so they could pay for parking. It was the birthday girl, and I'm like, hey, why don't you use some of them pressure points? And then I just put my arm out and just held her back. She's like, I'm like, no,
like in the cartoons,
I'm bigger than you.
Where like the little legs are
nicer. Yeah, nicer than that, because I had my back turned and I was just like, no, can't do that. It's not gonna work. And it was. I'm like, use some of them pressure points. It was very entertaining, very satisfying. There would be more job opportunities. It was against a lot of work, more than 40 hours, and had to retire. I mean, yeah, it's a lot. This is the thing is, there is so much money in existence, right? Because if you can create one billionaire, which the world has created multiple billionaires, and have homeless people, that also, like, remember, the solution for homeless people has millions of dollars being funneled into it daily, and they're still homeless people. Weird, right?
Yeah. And the way we already know what the solution is. Give them housing.
Yeah. No,
that's
hey,
it. That's
it's not even give them housing. It's, hey, take 5 minutes to find out what is actually the problem, because they could be drug addiction, it could be trauma. There's a lot of reasons why people are homeless. So step one is give them a place that they can lock their stuff in. Just that peace of mind that I have safety and I'm not gonna get finger banged by fucking Atlas's genie in the middle of the night because I bought something, right? But it's that idea.
I always imagine it more like a ghost or something, or a sleep paralysis demon, whatever.
I feel like you're like, I'll take that, and they're like, perfect, your total's gonna be da. And all of a sudden the guy appears behind you with his arm. He's like, hey,
yeah,
you're like, taken care of. He just swipes his card. I feel like that's more
per transaction, not for the amount, right? So the larger the transaction, the more that's worth it, I think. If you're just getting a smoothie or something, that kind of sucks. But like
at some point though, what if you're like, I want Swedish berries, but can you charge them each individually? And then every second it's like a 3-cent purchase, and he's here's another one. And he's like, hey, this is seeming you ordered 400 of these. I'm like, well, we're both having a rough day there, sir. That's just What do we have? Places close to residential areas where they can do more drugs safely?
I
No.
mean,
See that's
harm
but that's the
reduction
point is
is a good thing. Like,
so but this is the whole point is you give them a place to stay. Okay. Now, as soon as they have a safe place to stay, first thing in the morning, they have counselors, they have doctors, everything. They start going through it. The reason that happens is because these people aren't homeless because they're they're like, you know what I need? Sunshine all day long. That's what I'm gonna go do. I'm gonna go sleep on the street because I am important. Vitamin D absorption is important to me. No, that's not what's happening. There's a problem. So they need health counseling, they need trauma counseling, drug counseling, all of these things. And you know what? Then they start putting in the work, whether they like it or not. Now we're going to find a solution. And you know what? From there, then they can proceed. Nobody gives a shit. This is the attack on solving the homeless issue is basically, and no offense, Atlas, is when teachers were like, no student left behind, and then just started passing retards. You go, you're an idiot. Pass anyway.
yeah, that wasn't teachers. That was George W. Bush, which makes a lot of sense. No Child Left Behind. I was in school during No Child Left Behind. It ended 3 years after I graduated high school, which probably doesn't say much good about me. But like,
no, not at all.
Yeah, and well, because it turned into like teachers teaching toward a standardized test to get funding. That's awful.
None of that makes any sense. Because in actuality, No Child Left Behind means more resources are going to be used to make sure that those who are having difficulty learning will get the help they need to make sure that everyone learns. And then it's turned into, no, that's a lot of work. We're not doing that. We're actually just going to pass everyone and lie. And you're going, no, that defeats the entire purpose of everything.
Yeah, because it wasn't like equity based. So if you had lower scores, they wouldn't give you more funding. It would be if you have higher scores, they give you more funding, which is just Reagan shit. Like, it's trickle down shit, which is terrible.
That's the foolishness of it all, right? It's the same. It's the same perspective I have with, well, you have to look busy at work. I'm like, no, I need to be productive at work. And once all my stuff, it's the exact same. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're rewarding,
and actually, we're doing
laziness,
this. Right? We're doing this the weekend before like state testing is this week. Which is like, yeah. And like, that is such a pain where you have to basically come in and like all the kids have been doing this their entire lives.
Yeah.
And they all hate it. We all hate it. Every year I get asked, why are we doing this? And then I have to be like, okay, in 2000, we elected the biggest dumb idiot, second biggest dumb idiot in the world. And he decided he was going to fix education. And they're like, I don't care. I'm like, fine. But it's just really sad that like they have that same question every year. We hate it too. This was not our decision. I guarantee it.
It's absolutely foolish. Bus drivers had saying it's okay to leave some children behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You missed the bus.
Yeah. Ridiculous. That's yeah. I saw that guy. And I'm like, hey, dirty pervert guy, take your comments and shove them up your ass. Like that guy who's going to pay for your stuff by putting a finger up your butt. Sure.
I'm gonna get sued by Rooster Teeth for mentioning that.
Please.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
I don't think they even exist anymore. Didn't they like get bought by private equity or something? Or I can't remember.
Bro, I'll be honest with you. I'm just holding out for private equity to come and pay for me. Like, you can buy me private equity. I could be you're a goon, a thug, henchman. I'm available.
Yeah.
Hireable by private equity. There you go. I have a clean record and a driver's license. Hire me.
We're already such a poorly produced show. How do you make this worse?
I mean, 8-hour benders.
Maybe.
It would be worse. It would definitely be worse. Trust me. I've done marathon shows. They're not fun. Especially when you have to pee in the middle of something where you're like, I just went on a pee break and then I would pee again. This is not going to go well. Because then you're going, hey, so I have a question for you. Try not to pee. It doesn't go well.
Yeah.
It never does.
Carol Newell, previous guest of this show, on her birthday every year does a like a marathon show of 100 comics over the course of a day. So it's like she does it in hour-long blocks. You come in,
That's good.
and there's like 6 comics and then 10 of those blocks, right? So
It's a lot.
but she's there the whole time. She's doing this
Ugh.
all the way the entire time. I don't know how she does it. It's nuts.
I feel like that's someone who's like, listen, it may be my birthday, but I am sacrificing. And just like,
I think she just really enjoys doing stand-up that much. It's very
that's very
admirable.
true.
And like
Sure.
she's such a little ball of endorphins, that lady, that she just it's
I
very
mean,
cool.
It's important. Yeah. I so here's a question for you just before we're at time. Is that what is your 2026 dream? I don't want to say resolution or that, but what's your focus?
Okay.
What is your thing you're trying to achieve this year?
Well, this is one of my resolutions, but like it's also a dream, is I want to finish a draft of the Act 1 closer for my teacher musical. So the nonstop, the Defying Gravity, the Why We Build the Wall, like the song that is a big fucking deal emotionally, and it's the last thing you see before intermission, so it's really got a hit, right?
That's fair.
All the other songs that I've written have been like little stuff. Or if they're longer, it's somewhere in the middle. This is like I don't even have the first song written or the last one. This is something huge, and I want to have at least a draft of this before the end of 2026. That's me. How about you?
I want to hold myself more accountable by being more productive. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Pockets on the table.
I have 7 shows on the go, and then
wow.
I also have a tour with a friend we're working on to try and make that happen, which should be entertaining. Which is going to be a lot of comedian. So this is the thing, is like me and him, and so me, him, and his wife, we're all comedians.
Okay.
He's actually been on the road before and stuff like that, but he's been doing it longer than I have. And then his wife is also hilarious, but the three of us have such a great rapport that, like, so when he came to visit, I'm not sure if you ever did anything online with it. Was Rob Weber?
Oh yeah,
maybe.
I know Rob Weber.
So Rob and I have such a great rapport that like he came, visited, and we were hung out for like 3-4 days while he was here. And essentially, when we're together, we just start bouncing ideas off each other, and then it's just like regular things just start becoming hilarious, and we start tagging each other back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it kind of gets out of control. And we're both thinking, we're like, we could probably tour with that. I'm like, we probably could. So now we're piecing things together and stuff. It's entertaining, but I'm like, I feel like this is the next stage of me being productive and also creating things that are worthwhile, right? I have a movie that I'm doing
Cool.
that I'm just a henchman. So it's not like, it's my first foray into,
acting,
being in a movie. Not really. Well, because I've done background stuff a couple times. So this is like, I'm like, I'd like it if I can have a line, like just, hey boss, thanks boss, you're welcome boss, don't kill him, whatever. And they were like, all right, we're good. I'm like, sounds good. And my hope is that I'm putting more kind of sticks in the burner or prods in the fire.
In the fire.
And that's the word. That's what I was looking for, because I know English. So is to do more, and then it's like, okay, you know what? I'm testing everything out, and I'm just gonna keep on building more Lego, doing everything, and just kind of filling my schedule instead of living such a lackadaisical existence. But hey, it's something.
Be sure to add a bus driver to your teacher musical. There's like the ensemble is going to be other teachers and staff, so there will be a bus driver in there.
I want to play a character of who is the special ed bus driver who organized this, his special ed students in organized crime.
Okay, that sounds like a really great comedy movie. Like, I'd watch that.
It's Ocean's 11, but like
Yeah.
Ocean's grilled cheese.
Oh my god.
That's
I need to see that, like, I'm assembling a team scene.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I like turtles. That's the response.
I like turtles, yeah. Well, one of the main characters is a special ed teacher because it's her,
Yeah.
the kind of old head, the newer but experienced teacher, and like fucking brand new. Those are my four, and the principal are the main five.
Jesus.
So
Hey.
yeah. If you enjoyed this episode of Generation Dan, be sure to leave a like, leave a follow, tell a friend. Follow us at Generation Dan on Instagram and all the other places. You can also follow me at Atlas Novak in all of those same places, such as TikTok, where I do sketches about what it's like being a teacher, among other things. I recently completed a series where I pretended to be Benoit Blanc in the Ace Attorney universe. I'm probably going to do Apollo Justice and the rest of them at some point, but for now, I'm taking a break off that. Follow me there or check out my other show, Nexus at Night, on YouTube every Friday night at 7 p.m. Pacific. That's about the trading card game Card Fight Vanguard, but not really because it's just three of us talking. How about you, good sir?
I'm doing the Genetic Marvel, as you can see through here, and I do a whole bunch of stuff on the internet. I'm also documenting my existence. I'm on a tear this year to get physically fit. It's been 4 years that I've been working towards this goal. And like I'm getting closer every year, but you know, it's interesting. So yeah, follow me everywhere and you can see how that works out. Cause I'll tell you, some days it does not work out. Other days it does, but hey, we'll see. Right now I'm fasting, like last week I did 86 hours fast. So I did from Sunday to Thursday. And today I'm having an early dinner so that I can start my fast and then proceed to go right until Thursday and see what happens. So trust me when I tell you the adventures are just starting. But yeah, come watch us, follow us. Don't give us a hug. We'll hit you in the nuts. It's not advisable, but
or we'll stick a finger up your bum for a second.
That may happen. That may happen, everyone. But in the meantime,
yeah.
enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Bye.
Bye, everyone.